Why yoga? A meditative walking story. Begin walking at a gentle, easy pace. Breathe in and breathe out. Let your feet find their rhythm on the earth beneath you. So, why yoga? The question floats in like morning light through a window, soft, unhurried. Picture a library in the late 80s, early 90s. The air smells of old paper and possibility. There, on a shelf, a textbook waits, not glamorous, not promising enlightenment, just a book about yoga. And somehow that book finds its way into young hands, my hands. In those pages, there were pictures of bodies bending, folding, reaching. And there was I, unable to touch my toes. The distance from my fingertips and my feet felt like an ocean. But something whispered, try. And so I did. Day after day, alone in my room, no teacher watching, no class to attend, just me and that textbook and the quiet space between wanting and doing. My body didn't understand at first. It held tight. It said no, but I kept showing up. One day, maybe a week later, maybe a month, my fingertips brushed a little closer, and the ocean became a river, and then a stream, and then, oh, then I touched my toes. Not because I had to, and not because someone was watching, because I met myself. On the floor, there wasn't a mat. Eventually, a mat. Day after day, and learning the language of patience. This was before studios would call your name, or before any teacher knew your face, before yoga became a trend or a wellness trend gimmick. No, yoga was a companion, a friend. Yoga was the quiet thing I returned to when the world felt too loud or too much or too uncertain. A decade passed, maybe more, and still I practiced alone, just me and my breath and the memory of that library book. Even now, my yoga mat lives unrolled, unfolded in my room, in my living space, not tucked away in a closet. not hidden until the right moment. It rests unraveled, open, like an invitation written in a language that only my body knows. An invitation to unfold, an invitation to breathe, an invitation to remember that I don't need permission to come home to myself. So, why yoga? Because decades ago, a younger me reached for something, not knowing what it would become and not knowing what it would say or if it would stay. Because touching my toes taught me that impossible is just a way for saying not yet. Some companions don't need to speak to be present. My mat waits, not demanding, not judging, just there, always there, like breath, like the steady rhythm of your feet walking on a path, like the answer to a question you've been living all along. Why yoga? Because it met me when I was young and it stayed when I was learning, and it has remained a witness to all that I've become. Because yoga asks nothing but my presence, and it gives everything. Allow your feet to carry you forward step by step, just as your yoga practice has carried you breath by breath for all these years, as it has done for me. My mat lies open in my space, a threshold between doing and being, between effort and ease. I don't need a class to practice, I never did. And I don't need someone to tell me to breathe. It can be helpful, a helpful reminder, but the mat, my practice, the practice, it's you, it's us. That library book taught me postures, but the years have taught me something else. That yoga isn't about touching my toes, it's about what I've learned on the way down. It's about showing up for myself when no one else is watching. It's about unrolling the mat or not, and knowing either way that I am enough. You are enough. As your walk continues, as your breath flows with ease, let yourself feel it. The gratitude for that younger self who, maybe like me, reached for a textbook or a video. I have found the wisdom in keeping a mat always visible, always ready. The decades of quiet companionship with a practice that has only asked one thing: to breathe. Why yoga? Because I can, and because I do, because it's been there, soft and steady like the rhythm of your walking right now, and the pulse of your heart, and the flow of your breath. Feel the ground. Notice your breath moving in and moving out. And this is why this gentle returning, this soft unfolding, this breath, this moment, and this you.